What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with the Week 19 minor league recap. Let's do it. Welcome back, everybody. Some awesome offensive performances this week in the minor leagues, especially in high A. The list is ridiculous. I had to cut out some players that had like a 990 OPS. It was so difficult, but you'll see we're still talking about like 8 or 9 players from high A. It's ridiculous. I guess pitchers just decided to throw it down the middle this week. Anyways, we're going to jump into it pretty quick. So if you guys like these recaps, want me to keep doing them for the rest of the minor league season, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below who your favorite performer was. And if I forgot anybody, put their name and stat line in the comments below. Today's dates, we're pulling from September 5th to September 11th. So name and stat line from that time frame down below. Let's do it. Starting off with rookie ball. All right, I'm going to be honest. There just wasn't very many good performers in rookie ball. I went through all the new players. And Kevin Alcantara was the lone wolf over 5 games this week. 353 batting average, 450 on base percentage, 1215 OPS. He had 3 triples, which is wild. He had a double. He had 6 hits in 5 games. He walked 3 times on top of that. Just a really solid week. Hoping they get him some low A at-bats before the end of the season. But awesome week for Kevin Alcantara. He's a prospect that has been looking really great since he started playing this year. Jumping straight into low A, Rhys Hines. This is his 3rd recap in a row. He's been on fire lately. Over 5 games this week, 333 batting average, 400 on base percentage, 900 OPS. He had a home run. He had 6 hits in 5 games. He had 4 RBIs, 2 walks, and he stole a base on top of that. So doing a little bit of everything. Again, this is a player I'm actually pretty high on. He has a stupid amount of power, and he's just very athletic. He's missed a lot of time due to injuries. Former second-round pick in the 2019 draft. I think his ceiling is very high. I think he's going to be a big piece in that Reds organization. Definitely someone to keep watching. Next up, Jason Dominguez goes golfing for this home run. Absolutely ridiculous. That ball must have been like 3 inches off the ground. Very impressive, and it was way gone. Definitely got a little bit of taste from that crazy athleticism they keep talking about Jason Dominguez about in that home run. That was impressive, to say the least. I feel bad for the pitcher. Like, that should not have been a home run. That should have been like a strikeout pitch. It's just crazy how good some of these hitters can be. But Jason Dominguez over 6 games this week, 318 batting average, 444 on base percentage, so I love that, 944 OPS. He had a home run, he had a double, he had 7 hits in 6 games, but he also walked 4 times, got beaned once, and he stole 3 bases. So a lot of good stuff from Jason Dominguez. He's been heating up over the past couple weeks now, starting to look really good. Next up, Luis Matos, one of my favorite prospects in all the minor leagues. Think he's awesome. He's been going through like a little bit of a slump, but nothing crazy. Got out of it this week. Over 5 games, 313 batting average with a 500 on base percentage, 563 slugging percentage, 1063 OPS. He had a home run. He had a double. He had 5 hits in 5 games, but he also walked 5 times, which I love to see. That is definitely his biggest hole in his game offensively. He doesn't walk a lot. So love seeing that. He even got beaned once. Tried stealing, not successful, but hey, that's going to happen from time to time. Love seeing him get on base at that rate. Love it. Next player up, Trey Sweeney, and Trey Sweeney's been the best performer, arguably, out of the draft so far. He's been incredible. Him and the next player we're going to talk about have just been awesome. Over 5 games this week, Trey Sweeney, 364 batting average, 417 on base percentage, 1098 OPS. He had a home run, he had a triple, he had 2 doubles, 8 hits in 5 games. He had 2 walks and stole a base on top of that. You are all going to get so annoyed about how many Yankees prospects are on this video, but apparently it's very easy to hit in Tampa and Hudson Valley right now. That's where their low A and high A baseball teams are located, so Trey Sweeney looks good. Colton Cowser is probably the only other player that compares to Trey Sweeney so far. Them two have definitely been the 2 top performers out of the draft so far. This week, more consistency. The power isn't crazy from Cowser, but he gets so many hits. Like, he's so hard to get out. Over 5 games, 550 batting average, 591 on base percentage, 1191 OPS. He had 1 double out of his 11 hits, but he had 2 walks. He stole 3 bases. You can play. And our MVP this week, Patrick Bailey, who has been on the video 3 weeks in a row now since they moved him down to low A. He's been on fire. Over 5 games this week, 500 batting average, 571 on base percentage, 1405 OPS. He had a home run. He had 3 doubles. He had 9 hits in 5 games. He walked 3 times on top of that. It looks awesome. He's very confident again. Love to see it. This is a prospect a lot of people are high on. I was shocked how many people have posted about Patrick Bailey in my comments below. I'm personally not super high on him. I mean, he's 22 at low A, so he should be putting up numbers like this, but hey, he looks awesome right now. He's been playing really well. All right, jumping into high A, and you can just see how many players we're going to talk about. So I'm going to try to go quick. Gage Workman, first player, ASU boy, forks up. He was the 4th-round draft pick for the Tigers this year. Over 6 games this week, 304 batting average, 385 on base percentage, 1080 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 3 doubles, 7 hits in 6 games. Walked 3 times, stole a base, a little bit everything. Solid week for Gage Workman. Love to see it. Aaron Sabato making another video here. 5 games this week, 263 batting average, 375 on base percentage, 1112 OPS, 3 home runs. He had 5 hits in 5 games. He walked 4 times on top of that. Aaron Sabato's kind of been a consistent player this year. Just not the best batting average, but he's hitting tanks and he's walking a lot. So it's continuing with that trend. Jordan Walker is starting to look like Jordan Walker from low A in high A. Absolutely crushes this opposite field home run. Jordan Walker this week over 5 games, 333 batting average, 417 on base percentage, 1083 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 7 hits in 5 games, 7 RBIs, 3 walks on top of that. Even stole base. Jordan Walker has been walking a lot since he got to high A, and seeing he only walked 3 times, but 3 walks in 5 games is still encouraging from my standpoint. Had an awesome week. Again, starting to show more power, which he wasn't doing once he got moved up. Love to see it. Love to see it. Jordan Walker very high on him. Awesome prospect for the Cardinals. I don't know when Andy Pages is going to get the respect he deserves, but he just hit his 28th home run. He's 20 years old. This was apparently against like 20-mile-an-hour winds. If there wasn't wind, that probably would have went out by like 100 feet. That was ridiculous. He was smashed. And I'm sorry. I believe it's Andy Pages. Anyways, over 6 games this week, 375 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 1111 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 9 hits in 6 games. He had 7 RBIs, 2 walks, 1 being intentional. He got beaned once. The dude can ball. He's not even 21 years old yet. He's still got like 90 days before that happens. 28 home runs at age 20 in an awesome organization. I don't know how he's not in the top 100 on every single list. I don't get it. I had him inside like my top 30. He's just doing so many things well. I think his OPS for the season's like 915, 930. Like, he's been so good this year. It's awesome. Next player up, Austin Wells, over 6 games this week, 435 batting average, 519 on base percentage, 1171 OPS. He had a home run. He had 2 doubles. He had 10 hits in 6 games. He had 3 walks on top of that, got beaned once, even stole 2 bases, which I wouldn't get used to, but hey, he's a pretty good athlete for a catcher. I'll give him that. But Austin Wells has been hitting really well lately. Again, I don't know if it's just easier to hit in some of these ballparks, like Hudson Valley, their high A team for the Yankees. Everyone there's hitting. And you're going to see 2 more of those players on this video. I don't know if it's just easy to hit there or what, but everyone there's raking. Francisco Alvarez destroys this baseball. I'm pretty sure it went as high as it went far. Barely ended up leaving. You can see there's a little bit of wind in the back there. Francisco Alvarez, he's still hitting for power. It's what he does. Francisco Alvarez over 6 games this week, slashed 409 batting average, 480 on base percentage, 1207 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 9 hits in 6 games, 2 walks. He got beaned once. Everyone's getting beaned this week. He even stole a base. Again, don't get used to that. But an awesome week for Francisco Alvarez, getting more consistent at that high A level, which is massive. A lot of people are crazy high on him. I'm not personally as high as some people, but I understand the talent is there for sure. It's definitely getting more consistent. Good to see. Anthony Volpe is insane. Opposite field home run here, and this one's crazy, and it shows a little bit of his immaturity here. And I'll fast forward the video, but he actually gets ejected. As he comes around third base here, you can see him yell at the umpire and says, 4 balls, 4 balls. And the umpire ejected him. He got ejected after hitting a home run, which is pretty nuts. So still definitely needs to mature. That's just something you shouldn't do. Showing up an umpire after you hit a home run, that's just dumb. That's just hurting your own team and hurting your chances at being successful. Anyways, over 6 games, 333 batting average, 440 on base percentage, 1250 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 4 doubles, 7 hits in 6 games, walked twice, got beaned twice, stole 2 bases. There's not much else to say about Anthony Volpe. I feel like he's in that category now where it's like, do we even need to express how good he is? Because he's been awesome this year. He's been unbelievable this year. Next up, Vaughn Grissom. He's been one of the surprises this year. He crushed low A, and this is his 2nd full week in high A, and he's doing the same thing. Over 5 games, 438 batting average, 565 on base percentage, 1315 OPS. He had a home run. He had 2 doubles, 7 hits in 5 games. He walked 6 times on top of that, stole a base. The Atlanta Braves have a good prospect here. 11th round pick back in 2019. He might be the best 11th round pick in a long time. He looks fantastic. Everson Pereira smokes this baseball. I actually put out a tweet today asking, has Anthony Volpe or has Everson Pereira been better this year? It's kind of hard. Everson Pereira wins MVP this week, and again, between him and Anthony Volpe, their teammates, they're tough to decide on who's been better this year. Everson Pereira's had a crazy amount of power. Anthony Volpe has 25 home runs over like 102 games, and Everson Pereira has like 17 over like 42 games. He's been insane since he started playing this year. He started late. Over 5 games this week, 273 batting average, 333 on base percentage, 1,000 slugging percentage, 1333 OPS. He had 5 home runs, and that's why he's my MVP. He had a double. He had 6 hits in 5 games. He walked once only. He got beaned once. Who didn't get beaned this week? Dear Lord, minor league pitchers. That's why sometimes it's harder to hit in the minor leagues. Like, they don't throw strikes. But anyways, Everson Pereira, awesome performance this week. He's been incredible. Jumping into Double-A, O'Neal Cruz crushes this baseball. O'Neal Cruz is so fun to watch. When he connects to a baseball, it's insane. You would never think he's 6'7" standing in the box. O'Neal Cruz over 5 games this week, 318 batting average, 375 on base percentage, 966 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, a double, 7 hits in 5 games, walked twice, stole 3 bases. 6'7", stealing 3 bases in a week. Love it. O'Neal Cruz is a fun prospect. I think he's definitely a big piece in the Pirates organization moving forward. If they want to be successful, he needs to be successful. Miguel Vargas is so good at baseball, it hurts my brains as a Diamondbacks fan. Like, there's so many good prospects in the Dodgers organization, and Miguel Vargas scares me. He's legitimately a beast. He's just a definition of consistency. Over 6 games this week, 360 batting average, 370 on base percentage, 970 OPS. He had a home run, 3 doubles, 9 hits in 6 games, walked once and stole a base. He's just so consistent. Another consistent player, Oswald Peraza, smokes this baseball to center field. Peraza this week over 5 games, 368 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 1,008 OPS. He had a home run. He had a double. He had 7 hits in 5 games. He walked twice. He stole a base. Dude is good. He's just very solid baseball player. Definitely a strong piece in this Yankees organization. If you're annoyed of seeing Yankees players, I don't blame you. JJ Bleday has been inconsistent this year, but this might be the highlight of his season so far. He hit this baseball out of the stadium. This week, over 6 games, JJ Bleday slashed a 400 batting average, 480 on base percentage, 1080 OPS. He had a home run. He had a double, 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that, stole a base. Really solid week for JJ Bleday. I know he's been very disappointing for a lot of Marlins fans and a lot of believers in JJ Bleday, but he had a good week this week. Let's just take a second and appreciate how impressive this home run from Julio Rodriguez is. That ball was crushed. There's just not much to say at this point. He's the best player in the minor leagues. I've said it time and time again. Over 6 games, 393 batting average, 414 on base percentage, 1164 OPS, 3 home runs. He had a double. He had 11 hits in 6 games. He only walked 1 time this week, so he kind of traded off walks for home runs compared to the last couple weeks. He stole a base. There's just not much to complain about. He only struck out 4 times in 29 plate appearances. He's my ride or die. He really is. He's my lock. As if I had to put all my money on one player to pan out, it's going to be Julio Rodriguez. He's that guy. He's that good. Peyton Burdick, one of my low-key prospects to start the season, has been a lot of fun to watch this year. Crushes this baseball. Peyton Burdick this week, 6 games, 286 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 1206 OPS. He had 3 home runs. He had a double. He had 6 hits in 6 games. He walked 5 times. He got beaned once. Peyton Burdick's put together a good season. If you look at his numbers, obviously the batting average isn't crazy, but taking in consideration, this dude was hitting like 190 to 210 for about 80% of the season. He's up to almost 240 now. He's got 23 home runs. He's got close to a 400 on base percentage, 860 OPS. Really solid season for someone I put as like my low-key guy to check out this year. For someone I put as like my low-key prospect. And that was a video I put out a while ago because his sports cards are so cheap. I was like, hey, it's worth picking up this card for $1 because maybe it'll be worth $5, $10 one day. He's put together a good season and another awesome week for him. And our MVP once again this week, Michael Busch, in that Dodgers organization, he demolishes this baseball. It was a line drive. It got out so quickly. Michael Busch this week, he had a .02 OPS higher than Peyton Burdick, so I gave it to him. Over 6 games this week, 417 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 1208 OPS, and a home run. He had a triple. He had 2 doubles. He had 10 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that. He's just becoming a very consistent hitter the second half of the season. He's dangerous, deserves MVP. Spencer Torkelson, when he's going opposite field, watch out. He's basically impossible to get out when he's going the other way. Torque over 6 games this week, 300 batting average, 462 on base percentage, 1112 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 6 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that. He got beaned twice. I am sorry, but he did. Estevon Florio's been playing some good baseball recently. Total line drive here. Crushed it. He's been balling lately. Estevon Florio this week over 6 games, 364 batting average, 462 on base percentage, 1143 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had a double. He had 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that. Stole a base. He's been playing some good baseball. I am honestly surprised the Yankees haven't brought him back up because he didn't do bad in his debut this year. He's hitting 300 with a 440 on base percentage. He's hot right now. Bobby Whit Jr. absolutely crushes this baseball. He's been doing it all year. He's so consistent. Bobby Whit Jr. over 6 games, 292 batting average, 370 on base percentage, 1162 OPS. He had 3 home runs, 3 doubles, 7 hits in 6 games. He walked 3 times on top of that, stole 2 bases. It's just what he does. You know, Bobby Whit Jr. is totally cool having a lower on base percentage, and 370 is not even bad, but hitting tanks. It's what he's been doing all year. He's been hovering around like the 350, 360 on base percentage, which obviously I would love to see at 400 to put him in that like crazy elite category, but he's still crazy elite. He has 30 home runs this year. Like, come on. He is awesome. Riley Green is good at baseball, everyone. If you didn't know, he does it all. Righty throwing, lefty throwing, he does not care. The dude rakes. Yo, this is crazy, actually. I wanted to look up his splits after I said that because I just said that based off, I've seen him hit a couple home runs off of lefties. Look at this. This year, in 61 games, 139 plate appearances against lefties as a lefty hitter. He's batting .398 with a .489 on base percentage, 1100 OPS, and 5 home runs. Dear Lord, Riley Green is special. He's very special. Over 6 games this week, Riley Green, 370 batting average, 433 on base percentage, 1211 OPS. He had 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 10 hits in 6 games. He had 3 walks. He stole a base. He even hit a home run today. That'll be on next week's recap, I'm sure. He is so good. The Detroit Tigers are so lucky to have him and Torque in the same organization. It's going to be so much fun to see them play at the MLB level. And our MVP in AAA, call me a biased D-backs fan, but Seth Beer finally got brought up and he hit a home run in his first at-bat. I'm giving him an MVP because he was killing it before he came up. Seth Beer this week over 5 games. 2 of them at the MLB level. 3 of them down in AAA. 467 batting average. 579 on base percentage. 1646 OPS. He had 2 home runs. He had 3 doubles. He had 7 hits in 5 games. He walked twice on top of that. He got beaned twice. Seth Beer is special. I don't know how the D-backs have him as their number 12 prospect. Whoever put him there should be fired. He's been so good this year. He's been awesome so far. I think he's 1 for 1 with a double as I'm recording this right now. He's a lot of fun to watch. I'm so happy he's finally at the MLB level. Probably have to wait a couple weeks next year for him to come up. But, man, he's so much fun to watch. Definitely deserves MVP. All right, that's going to do it for our Week 19 minor league recap. So much fun. So many top performers this week. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I promise I'm still making my pitchers recap from August. I'm very delayed on that. Labor Day week. My wife not having to work on Monday threw off my week. Monday's usually like my mate content day. That's still coming. I promise. It's already ready. I just got to record it and edit it. But an awesome week this week. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if someone balled out this week. And let me know your favorite performer. Thank you all for watching. You have a great rest of your day. See ya!